focus. Focus, 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 focus. Today was leg day. So me stretching like this makes me feel really, really good about stretching. Potential focus. Focus empowers the entire process. Potential can be fulfilled through the detailed attention. Forgot I had headphones in. Through the detailed attention to all pertinent aspects. Logic demands determination and continued experimentation. When we think about, as I think about investments, that means how we invest our energy and what we invest our energy into. One of the main keys to understanding how to invest our energy, how we're investing our energy, is realizing that still in that now. Last week got to the aspects of what has the authority over your life. What has the authority over your life? What has the authority over shaping your day? Divine rise, grand rise, blessed be to the day, may it be everything that you desire. But I have a question to ask you. What shapes your day, or who shapes your day? What shapes your day? Is your day shaped based off of liabilities? Or is your day set off of assets? Is your day set based on liabilities or on assets? What is a liability? What is a liability? A liability is an expense. So a liability is an expense. A liability is an expense. Money goes out. Energy goes out. What is an asset? An asset is anything that occurs money for you. That occurs that energy for you, that helps you, that you can help cycle your energy into. So one of the main things that we got to get into with ourselves is understanding when one invests. I've come to understand this for myself, just thinking about it. When one invests into the past, or when one invests into the future, they're investing based on emotion. When we invest in the past, invest into the future with the mindset of the future, we invest based on emotion. How it makes us feel and what purpose does it serve. Remember, as I've talked about throughout the week, tolerance is of the past. Tolerance is of the past. That means you'll sit there and you will invest in now what are now liabilities based on where you are at inside of yourself. I remember I've sat and really thought to myself, just in this overall thought processes of me being in the space that I'm in now. And one of the things that came up for me a lot of times was how I was investing my time. One of the biggest things that came up into my space was the investment of my energy and how I was investing it. How I was investing and what I was investing it in. A lot of times, if I'm not in the now, as we talked about last week, if I'm not sitting in the now, if I'm not in the current state of the now, that means any investments that I make will be based on the past, or being based on the past, or being based on the future. So my investments will only be made into the existence of tolerating something or suffering just to get by. A lot of us come into this space with ourselves that this is how we move in ourselves. This is how we move within ourselves. We move in this space investing in the anxiousness. We invest into the past. I want to go back, and I remember this one time back in the day, we were like this, and this. So now you invest in it based on what it. Remember, when we come into understanding the patterns, this is the main key. When we come into understanding these patterns, when we come into understanding these patterns with ourselves, in understanding these details, these are the things that are going to help us make the sound investments into assets. But in order to understand what an asset is, breaking this down, that asset, look at what's in your life right now at this moment in time. Everything that is around you at this point in time, person, place, thing, we use anything. An asset is anything that will always bring reciprocation and a residual income. Since we're talking about income, we know the energy. Energy is the main currency. So anything that reciprocates the energy in order for me to grow and sustain in my evolution, me evolving, me becoming better, me getting stronger, me creating, me becoming more of the owner inside of my life. For a lot of us, we fall into that category that we invest in the memory. We invest in the memory. Memories are liabilities. Memories are patterns of the liability. If I invest into somebody based on their past, that means I'm investing in this person because they had a hard past, they had a hard life, and they need someone to invest some time into them. That's a high risk. That's a high risk. Because you're only going to be as strong, that investment is only going to be as strong as their risk. The weakest link. So when we think about our energy, when I think about my energy, I made a post earlier after I left the gym. When I think about my energy, I'm a loan shark with my energy. I'm a loan shark with my energy. My uncle was three of my uncles were loan sharks. I'm a loan shark with my energy. That means if I do invest into something, it comes at a high interest rate because I have a high set of standards for myself. I would not, because this is based on the reciprocation process of me more than any space. It's not based on the anxiousness of wanting to be. If I do this is when we really got to think about this with our patterns. I'm investing based on, most of us invest in this state based on the predestination or to remain indifferent. That means remain undriven. The path of predestination is indifference. The path of predestination is indifference. The path to predestinate, the route or the path of predestination is indifference. You will invest based on the indifference because it makes you feel it seems safe. It seems safe. I'm going to invest in this because it's comfortable. I know what to expect from this space. I know what to expect from this person. I know what to expect if I go here. I know what to expect. Even if you don't accept it, you know what to expect when you go into that space. And you will still invest your time, you invest your energy, and then you'll always end up losing energy. This is what happens for a lot of us. We always end up losing energy because we want to stay invested into the image or the idea that if I stay here and invest into this right here, this startup right here, they're at a startup right now, you don't understand. It's like buying a fucking house. Remember, everything that you're doing is a reflection to experience and observe. It's like, if you I'll give it an example. I step my game up, and I invest into new camera equipment, my new laptop, microphones, certain things for my podcast. That investment will allow me to give out a better quality of product. That quality of product is not based on someone else saying, damn, that was good quality. Damn, I'm not dependent upon, this is what happens when we're stuck in that predestination. We are dependent upon others' gratitude and dedication. We become dependent upon others' gratitude and dedication. We loan it out knowing we need it right back, basically. We loan it out knowing we need it right back. We loan it out and we'll say, I can get that right back. We loan it out, give it right back. This is what you do with your energy every time you sitting there playing that game of chance with your energy. Because you're not looking at it as, you have not learned what true gratitude is. Gratitude is to the self. I have gratitude for every day that I wake up because I am in control of my day. So I give myself gracious gratitude. I give the ancestors that are me gracious gratitude. And if I give them all this gratitude for bringing me into this space, opening me up, me being vulnerable, why would I want to waste my energy investing into the past? Why would you want to invest your energy into the past? Why would you want to keep investing your energy into past experiences that you already know the result? Why would you want to keep putting yourself into this thought process of investing into the future based on your predestination? You can do it, I'm not going to lie, because that's how I used to think. I used to think in that manner. Like I had this predetermined mindset in my mind that by this age, I'm going to be at this point, and by this age, I'm going to be at this point. So I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then I would lie to myself. This is how we lie to ourselves. That means, it's this one event, it's this, and this. You got to remember, everything you send out comes back. Every time you invest into something, there's going to be a return. There's always going to be a return into that space. Some of the returns are faster than others. Some of the returns that you're going to come into are faster than others. That's that law of exchange. You give something, you'll get something in return. So ask yourself the question, as I asked earlier, who has the authority over your day? Who has the authority over shaping your day? What is the driving force that allows you to shape your day? What's the driving force? I'm sitting here, I've been up since 4:30. Just laying there, allowing myself to come back to 5 a.m. up, meditate, do my second half of my meditation. 5:20 up, get dressed, ready, head out to the do all my little stuff, head out to the gym. I'm back in here, I'm live, I'm amped. I got other stuff I got to do, video, I got everything. I got to put together the stuff for tomorrow night's lecture, finish those notes, and send out a bunch of other stuff. I'm full speed ahead in my energy. I'm full speed ahead. I invest into myself because I am my prime asset. You are your prime asset. You are your prime asset. Until you have mastered your prime asset, which is you, why are you wasting time trying to invest in others? To escape or avoid. Well, I got to do this, and I got to do that, and I got to do this, and I got to do this first, and I got to do this first. And they really need me for this, or they don't need you for anything. They don't need you for anything. They do not need you for shit. They don't need you for anything. What they are contemplating or what they're missing is the way they're missing. They understand that you are an asset. They understand that you are an asset. Even if it's in an indirectly, they won't say it out loud. They realize how much of an asset that you are. A liability will always bring risk. Liabilities in your life will always bring a risk. Most of us invest in liabilities based on not having any assets. Your entire life, you've been put into this space of you've created liabilities. Submitting to the byproduct. If I get this, and this, and then okay, cool. But the rules have not changed. They've just been revealed into that space. This is about the LLC mentality. This is about ownership mentality. Do you own yourself? Do you own your name? Are you able to write off? Because motherfuckers are going to feed from you. People are going to feed regardless. Can you write it off? Let's say you do go to that event. Let's say somebody does want to go out to lunch and you know they ain't got no money. If you own yourself, at least you can write it off. This is just coming down to the business mindset. If you go out with somebody and you know they ain't got no cash and you know you about to pay for the food and you get upset because, damn, they ain't never got no money. That wouldn't matter to you if you had that LLC mentality. You write it off for what it is. Business expense, learning experience. This is the defining moment when you're going into these spaces. That way, when you sit there and you have that conversation, you have that list inside your head that you're moving forward with to understand if this is an asset or if this is a liability. And being comfortable in yourself and being like, right now, the way my life is going, how my life is ushered in, you are a liability. And it's easy to do that to the things that are furthest out from us. But when it comes to the things that are closest to us, the things that meet a closer to the heart definition, it's hard to do it. I remember like staying so hard in this space for myself. This mushrooms in my fucking tea got me on 10. I remember trying so hard trying to maintain friendships, relationships, family relationships with family, all into this aspect. And then it was always based on whenever it came time for the emotional payout, it was always, I never could look at it right. For example, it was always to a space for me where it was, they would say that they love me and I would look at them weird. I would have this weird feeling to it because in my the traumas back in my past, in the earlier healing works of my inner child never heard I love you. And when they did hear I love you, it was overused. That means it was manipulated. It was used in a sense of manipulation, or it was underused and it was used as an aspect of forgiveness, to use it as forgiveness. So that coming into my space now, the way that I invested my love, the way that I invested this energy, or the way that I invested my love, it was always based on I was overusing it, or I was overusing it. You have to invest into yourself first. You are your greatest asset. You are your greatest asset. The longer that you sit in that position and you wondering why your energy spent, you got too many liabilities around you. You wondering why your energy always spent, why you're always tired, why you ain't able to move why you're not able to move in a way that is beneficial to you, you got too many liabilities. If you ever seen somebody, like, I have assets. Everything around me has a purpose and an assignment. Everything around you should have a purpose and an assignment. You should know everything's around you purpose and assignment. Is it a lesson? Is it an experience? Is it something I'm meant to observe? How long am I supposed to observe this? I'm giving you the aspect. When you start owning and taking accountability for yourself, you're going to start looking at things and be like, you're going to wonder, you're going to look at the bank loan officer, the loaner at the bank, when they loaning money, they don't loan money, they have a criteria. You're going to see that makes sense. When you think about the place that you rented your house from, or the place that you bought your car from, you're going to understand why they have a high standard of criteria. Because this shit is not personal. You keep getting stuck in the emotional aspects and making it personal. But I knew them ever since I was 18, or I knew them ever since this space, and I knew them ever since this time. That's okay. Are you willingly about to invest into that again? Give yourself reality to yourself. Why would you keep investing into something knowing what the return is? Why would you keep investing into things knowing what the return is? You know the return of investing into that relationship that you have now come to the surface with. You've come to the surface with. You've come to terms with it. You came to accountability with it. You apologized to it. Why do you keep investing into the same things knowing the result, knowing the return? Why do you keep investing in the things knowing the return? Why do you keep investing in the things knowing the return? Knowing that it will cost you your now. Anything that's going to cost me my now, I'm not investing in based on the past. Anything that's going to cost me the now, I'm not investing in based on the aspect of being anxious into the future. I'm not going to place my bet emotionally. This is what we have to learn how to stop doing. Stop placing your bets and stop investing based on emotion. Because when the emotion declines, then you'll be sitting there looking like, why did I do this? I just want you to be the fucking best. I want you to be fucking great. I want you to learn focus. I desire you to learn focus. Understanding that your greatest potential only can be fulfilled by understanding the patterns. Are you the consumer or are you the buyer? Are you the producer? Answer is you're both. At some points in time, you're the producer or the one that produces the projection for the emotion to be used, the emotion to be spent. And other times you're the consumer, the one that wants the energy to be spent. Learn yourself. Everything starts with that shadow work. Everything starts with shadow work. Everything starts getting in tune with yourself. I love you. We love us. Ashe.